Just raise your hand. Uh, okay, thanks. So, in last class, we discussed about what is a class, what is an object, constructor, how do we create them, and like what are the uses of what is the use of a constructor, and how do it gets invoked while we create an object. Let me quickly revise it. As I said, class is a blueprint or a template for creating objects, like similar kind of objects. You can create multiple objects with same properties or same qualities. Also, I guess I gave you some task to complete. I think did anybody like try doing that at least? And also, anybody, I mean, I think everybody is done with all the Eclipse ID, setting up everything. Like if someone, yeah, you don't need to set a path actually. You mean where to install a path? Okay, okay, I'll share the link to you. You can see my screen, right? Uh, so this is the link actually. So when you visit this link, this is the first one. So you can just click on it and it will get downloaded in .exe format. So so you click on it, and yeah, also there will be an option called like create a shortcut on the desktop. When you are installing, you will get an option, so check that out. So if you check it out, then a shortcut will be placed on the desktop like this. So whenever you want to open it, you can click on it, and then it will open the IDE. It will be easier actually to open whenever you want to. Sorry, wait, open it. And also try doing that and let me know if you face some issues. Also, Praveen Raj, I think you are clicking on .exe every time you want to open Eclipse. That is why it is every time it is reinstalling. So instead of that, go to like the folder where you downloaded it. There you will get a this Eclipse ID. If you search here, it won't come here because Eclipse is a tool, and when you search here, it won't. I mean, sometimes it won't come. So that's why go to the folder where you downloaded it and search for it, the icon, so that you can click it, and then you can also create a shortcut for it on the desktop even later. Uh, okay, you will get it. Try doing it. Go to the folder where you downloaded that maybe in downloads folder or like C drive or something. Go to there, and then yeah, let's see, it is opening. Just you can click on it. You can try searching here. If it is not coming, then go to the folder you downloaded. Okay, try doing it and let me know if you face the same error again. Okay, version 1.810 of the Xavier is not suitable for this product. Which version you downloaded? You downloaded the same thing, right? This one. Praveen Raj, have you downloaded the same thing? This one? If you download that one, that is the latest version. Okay. Mm, okay. Uh, is it possible to share your screen? Uh, like if you click on the icon, it will open. See, I just showed you, right? Like this, it will open. And the launcher, you can like select the directory you want to work in. Then like if I select D drive, there all the files of your Eclipse will be saved there. So you just have to select it, and then you just click on launch, and it will be launched. Like it will ask you only the first time when you are doing that. Okay, do that. I'll get back to you again if you face any issue. And anybody else, if you have any issue, you can put it in the chat window or you can unmute yourself and ask me. Okay, so let's get back to our class. Okay. So anybody tried doing it with person class? I think I explained it with animal class example and I asked you to do the person class. Actually, it will be good if you practice after the class. Otherwise, you won't. It will. It won't be easy for you to complete the full stack application on your own. If you start with basics, then you will get used to it when you reach at that point. Okay. So yeah. So as I said, class is a template for creating objects which has similar properties. Every object has two properties, three basically: identity and the proper identity and the data, that means state, and the behavior, which we call them as methods. So identity is like controlled by JVM. The only two things we deal with is the state, that is data members, and the methods. Uh, for previous session, yeah. Uh, you can contact the administration team, but yeah, I'll ask for you and they'll share it with you guys the record session of the previous class. Okay, so yeah, and here we also did an example here. We created the class animal class, and we created the variables which we call as state of an object or data members. And yeah, we also wrote the constructor. As I said, constructor have the same name as a class name, and it will take the instance variables. The main aim of the constructor is to initialize the instance variables. Instance variables means variables which are inside the class, outside the method. We call them as instance variables. And to initialize those variables, we need a constructor. And this will be called, like when this will execute, whenever you create an object here in line 17, it will call here see the constructor is being called. So whenever this line got executed, so this constructor will be executed. I mean, that is when the data members will get initialized. That is whenever you create an object, then constructor will be invoked. This is the parameterized constructor. Parameterized constructor in the sense, uh, constructor which take the parameters. There is a default constructor. Even if you don't provide anything, it will execute. Let me show you that too. Uh, and this one. Now I don't have any constructor in my program, if you see. And here I invoked the constructor. This is a default constructor. By default, there will be a constructor without taking any parameters, and it will be invoked whenever we create an object. And whenever I run this, it is printing null. That is because I didn't initialize the name and the sound. I didn't initialize the name and sound to anything. They were just declared and left uninitialized. That is why it is printing null. So here the default constructor is invoked. So whenever you want to initialize your parameters, you need to use a constructor. Okay. And I think I explained about this keyword, right? This keyword is used to access members of the object. That is, I mean, you can access the object which is created inside the class using this keyword. And instance variables, that is inside a method or inside a constructor, whenever you want to access the object, then you can use this keyword. this is inside a constructor. Even inside a method also, if you want to access these two variables, then you need to use this dot, this keyword. Okay, and here it is showing error. That is because this constructor is taking two parameters and I didn't provided any parameters here. That is why it is showing me error. So I need to provide two parameters. It is expecting, it will be expecting whenever I said, whenever I run the program, the main method will be the first method to be executed, because by default the JVM will search for the main method. So whenever it will start executing from here, and the first line that will be executed is the object created, object creation, and then after object creation, uh, it will call this constructor, because that is what will be invoked whenever we create an object. And I am printing, after initializing, I am printing them. So this is what we discussed in the last class. Okay, so yeah, now we'll talk about, before talking about these access modifiers, we'll talk about this package. So in Java, package is basically, there are several uses of package actually. If you can see, I'll show you it. It is like grouping all the classes interfaces together. You can like whatever the classes you have, you can all group them into a single folder. That is what you call them as package. So you can, this package is used to classify all the classes and you can easily maintain them. See, if you keep that in package, here I kept the all the animal file and the person class in a package called class1. So whenever you want to use all the methods, or like if you want to use uh, some functionalities of this class, you can easily import this package into your current working class. So that is one main advantage, and also it will avoid naming collision. Like if two classes have the same name, and then you can divide them with the package, like you can keep them in separate packages. So, and then it also provides you access protection. As I said, access protection is, uh, there are some access modifiers in Java, we will discuss in a while. So what happens is, some classes will only be accessible from that package. Outside the package, you can't access them. Like let's say I kept two classes here and I want to use some methods of animal. Let's say I wrote some new method, public void path or public void display. Okay. Uh, it is not taking any parameters for now. Let's say it just displays the dot print in ln. And as I said, inside the method also, if you want to access the instance variables, you need to keep this dot name, this dot so. Okay. Now, if I want to access this method inside this person class, then I can easily access them because they are in the same package. And let's say I created another package called class2. Let me create it. New package. Say class2. Okay. So now inside it, I'll create a new class. Which class I should create? I'll create a class discussing about packages, right? Okay. I can say program 3. So now if I want to access the method of this class, it is not possible actually. That is because they are in two different packages. So in this way, it provides some kind of protection. if you keep all the classes of your whatever you are working with in a single package, and if you want to access them from the other class, in person you can use the functionalities of animal because they are in the same package, but in program 3 you can't use because they are in a different package. So in this way it provides access protection also. And generally here in Eclipse what happens is you can directly create like this, in source folder you can right click on it and new, and then you can create click on package. But in general we'll so if you click on it, automatically it will fill the code for you, like package followed by package name. But if you want to write that, package is the keyword here, package keyword followed by package name. As I said, like for classes, how do you write the name? According to convention, you will write it with capital. You will write the class name starting with a capital letter. But for package name, we'll prefer writing it in small cases like this. So package is a keyword followed by the package name. That is, see, animal and person are in the same package. So you kept package followed by package name. And this is a different package followed by that name. Now, if you want to use animal, the methods of animal inside this program 3, which is in different package, you need to write the keyword. I mean, you need to write, you can have different action, different options. Let me show you. So one is you can use import keyword. You can see on my screen. Import keyword, import followed by package dot star. So this is one technique where you can import the other package. Okay, here import followed by the package name. Let's say I want to import it from class 1. I want to import every class from uh, class 1 package. So I'll keep like this. And if you want to import only a particular, or like only like one class, or like you have in mind like you want to import only one particular class, then you will write the class name, import class 1 dot class name, like whatever the class you want to import. So this is another method. Like when you want to import a particular class, if you keep star, all the classes in that package will be imported, and you can use like you can access all the methods of those classes. If you want to import a particular class, you will keep package dot class name. Here class 1 is the package name. Yeah, these two are the methods where you can import. See, here I can write import class 1 dot star. This is how I'm going to import class 1 in my package. Okay, so yeah, this is about packages. And now our main topic is about access modifiers. That is why I kept public here, and sometimes I didn't, here before constructor I didn't mention anything, and again I kept public here. So I'll tell you, let me share my screen. Yeah, so this is access modifiers, right? Okay, so those access modifiers are whenever you kept particular keyboard before a class or before a method, those classes or methods will be accessible in a particular scope. That means if you keep public, so you can your class, like if you keep public keyword, here I get public keyword before my class, and this will be visible to everyone. Everyone means even outside the package, everywhere that class is visible and accessible if you keep public before a class or before a method. Okay, and if you don't keep anything, like if you don't write any keyword before any class or method, it will be default. I mean, it won't be visible. You don't need to write default before anything. It will, like if you don't keep anything, then it will be by default default access modifier, and that will be visible only I mean, that will be accessible only within the package. See, if I don't keep this here, here. Now only this animal class is accessible or visible only inside this package. You can't use it in the program of other package. Someone want to talk? Uh, yeah, you can raise your hand or you can unmute yourself if you want to ask something. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So now you can't use here. You can't use, even if you imported it, you can't use it in here. It will only be accessible within the class, within that package, and within the class. When you didn't kept anything before the class, that is, it will be default initially by default. Okay. And if you keep private, let's say if you keep private here, it will be accessible only within the class. You can't keep like this. It is showing some error. Let's see what is the error. Okay, that is because I kept that in a package. Okay. But if you keep private, the methods or the object, like you can't access the data of this class in any other class. Even if it is in the same package, you cannot access it if you keep private. And let's say if you keep protected, there are four types in total. The fourth one is protected. If you keep protected, you can access it. uh, there is something called other inheritance, we will discuss it too. So you can access it inside a package, outside the package, through child class only. And if you do not make the child class, it cannot be accessible. So difference between default and protected is, default is like you can access it within the package, but in protected you can access it within the package. If you want to access it outside the package, that should be the subclass of the uh, class you want to use, the methods of which class if you want to use, then it should be your subclass. Then I'll tell you what is a subclass. So subclass, in Java we have a topic called inheritance. So inheritance in the sense, if you are extending or if you are want to implement the features of the some class, like the say if you want to use here, I have a class called animal, right? Now I want to use the same functionalities of this class in another class. I'll extend it. I'll show you where. I'll add another class here, class, let's say horse, extends animal. Now whenever I say extend, this horse can use all the methods, like you can use all the functionalities, whatever that is implemented in animal class, you can use them in horse class. So that means you are inheriting all the properties of your parent class. Here the parent class, animal we call them as parent class, and horse you call them as child class. The class, the subclass is also subclass or parent class are the same. Let me write it here. So it will be something like this. Parent class will be here, and you can have child class here. Like that, you can extend to any number of classes. Let's say A is the parent class, and you can write a class B which extends A. And you can also write C which extends B, like that. Extends in the sense you will be using the same properties, the same methods which we wrote in A will be using in, that means both the classes have the same properties. Like it, the object of B will acquire all the properties of A. That means it will have the behavior of the parent class, the same behavior of the parent class. Um, I'll tell you with an example. Okay, let me write it here. So let's say I'll take a new class. Let's say I have a person class. Inside the person, I'll have a string name equal to, let's say, Dicey. Now, I'll keep it in by default. Now, I'll write a class called girl students first. Now here, person is a parent class and girl is the child class. Now I'll write something here in id equal to 1001. Okay. Now I'll show you how to access main. So I'll create a class. I'll create an object for girl class. And then now I'll show you how we can access or how we can use the data inside person class in girl class. So that is, so you'll write here g dot, you can use the name. See, I'm accessing the name of the person class in girl class. That is because I'm extending the person class. Okay, you are using object dot that one. Okay. So this is how you will be accessing the. Let me run this. Oh. Wait. Something got executed again. Okay, this box is of from another class. I think it is from this class. Okay. So see, I printed dicey. This is accessing data member. You can also access methods and whatever the stuff that is there in parent class, you can access it in the child class using object. Okay. So this is what inheritance. Now, girl inherited whatever the properties that are there in person class. Girl inherited them. You can try with your own. I mean, you can try by your own. If you, I think you understand this inheritance concept. Now, what I am talking is, if I keep protected here before this class, the properties can only be accessed here itself. Outside this, I mean, classes which are not subclasses or like other than child classes, other classes can't be accessed. Can't access the properties of this person class. So that is what I want to tell. Okay. So now I think you understand this concept. If you want me to repeat it again, you can raise your hand or you can just ping me in the chat window. Just now I talked about inheritance and access modifiers and package. If you have any doubt in these three topics, you can unmute yourself and you can ask me. And also there are different types of inheritance, like a single class can extend it, multiple classes can extend it. There are several other topics. I mean, there are several other types in inheritance. If you want me to repeat it, a single topic or somewhere you find it difficult to understand, I can repeat it. You can unmute yourself and ask any doubts if you have. I'll be. Uh, it is Eclipse IDE for Java developer. Enterprise is like for when you enter into an organization, then you can select it. Yeah. Any other doubts other than that? Anyone? I'll be closing the session a little bit early today due to some reasons. So I'll be closing the session now and I'll ask them to provide the recorded session and the material with you. Any other doubts in the topics we discussed today? Just let me know. I can explain it again. So we discussed packages, access modifiers, and inheritance. In the next class, I'll be asking you to share your screen because you need to practice something. Just show me whatever you practice or whatever you tried doing. Because I think everybody is done with installing and able to able to write a program or create a class on the Eclipse by now. I think everyone downloaded it. If you, if you are not doing and only listening to the class, it won't be helpful to you in any way. Not even a 10%. Only when you open it and do it on your own, it will be helpful. Okay, we can access the parent object using child class. Yeah, we can do that too. Here, that is what I am doing it right. Parent object in the sense, whatever the data inside the parent, that is what here I am accessing using the object that is created in child class. Yeah. And if you want to access the constructor, let's say I write a constructor here of the parent class, I'll access it using super keyword. I'll be explaining it in the next class. Meanwhile, you can try doing that on your own too. Any other doubts? Yeah, you can do that. Try doing it. Trying new stuff actually. So you'll get to know. I'll be covering like maybe I can't cover all the stuff in this class, but I'll be mostly focusing on the topics that are in the project we are going to do. I'll try to focus on everything as possible, but see, we can't completely we can't focus like 360 degrees, we can't focus. So you try something on your own, and when you face any issue, I'll be there and I'll be helpful for you to guide you. Okay? Yeah. Any other doubts? Any other doubts you can ask me, or I'll be closing the session. I think, I think,
Hi, ma'am.
yeah.
Good
Hi,
morning, ma'am.
good morning.
Ma'am, if you provide any record session that will helpful for revising the sessions after the
Yeah,
class.
I'll contact the administration team and I'll ask for you and I'll let them know that you need this recorded session. They'll send the materials and the session to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Anything else? If there is nothing else, you can, nothing to ask, you can leave. We'll continue in tomorrow in tomorrow's session. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for today's class. Try doing it. Try creating parent class and subclasses and objects for them. If you face any issue, let me know. Okay? Yeah. Bye.